Hello. It's Wednesday, the 9th of April, 2025. Welcome to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But as always, it's not my story. It's not your story. Today's story is part two in competing in multiple series within Real Racing 3 Update 13.3. I'm going to crack on because it might be a long one. So let's have a look at the game. Thought for a minute the game wasn't going to come up then. There we go. Right, game and audio all in order, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Where to begin? Well, I'm actually going to begin with a car associated with the time trial. But I'm not actually going to immediately do the time trial. So yesterday I had a go with the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. I could only get into Group E with that. So today, now that I've fully upgraded it, I'm going to do the McLaren Speedtail. But before I do that, first off, going to go to the McLaren Speedtail exclusive series now that it's fully upgraded. You'll see there it's already at 22%. So I'm very quickly going to take it to 25% to earn some gold. Because, I'm running low on gold, so I need to get some gold. Speed Snap. Not my favourite car, this. Not my favourite car. But let's see how we get on. What will be interesting is if I can get into Group C with this car. Bear in mind, it doesn't suit my driving style. Oh, I'm not even going to get 245, am I? 244. So let me guess, second. There we go. Still like the menu animation though. Very good. Nice and smooth. Okay, we'll just leave that there. Just need to do one more quick race, hopefully to get to that 25%. Autocross in Tier 2 around Mount Panorama. We can do this. Oh. Oh. Ah. Second again. Might be a long night. %. Close, but no cigar. So we'll do one more speed snap, and hopefully that will mean 24%, over 25%, and then I can focus the rest of the durability on setting a half decent time, hopefully. Ayaka Yokota on the YouTube chat says, "Hi, Mr. Tony. I just say hi. We go to golf course, but driving for driving range." Well, thank you for just popping in and saying hello. Hello back. Um, enjoy your time at the golf. Okay. This car isn't the best on grip, in my humble opinion. Nevertheless, it was still good enough there to get first. So hopefully that's 25% and my first goal for this evening, or gold for this evening. Just out of interest, while I'm talking about gold, let me just show you something that you may or may not be aware of today. It looks to be new for today. Don't know how long it's going to be how long it's going to last, but it's probably important to take advantage of it. So there we go, 15 gold. So I now go on to the time trial, but before I go there, now in the top right hand corner there, earn. If I click on that, you see on the left hand side, the claim now, it's double reward. Now, how obviously this works is you play a video, you get a reward. The first 5 videos you get 1 gold. The next 20, it's R dollars, 2,000 R dollars. Then it's the next 5 gold. Then the next 50 R dollars. The next 5 gold, and then the next 100 R dollars, and then the next 5 gold. But everything's double points, which means instead of earning 1 gold, you earn 2 gold. That's 40 gold a day. Don't know how long this is going to last. And on the R dollar side, it's 4,000 R dollars per video. So again, just making people aware that I'm in the UK, so it might not be applicable depending on your country. But I know some people don't do the claim now. It's worthwhile doing. It's an easy 10 gold, even if you play just 5 videos. Okay, there we go. So that's that. So here we go. Time trial. This time with the Speedtail. So before I go into it, let's have a look at what people have got. So I doubt very much I'm going to get 1 minute. I did take the Speedtail around a cup course. I think it was last night, and it was the same course as this. In other words, the Laguna Seca. And I'm pretty sure I did it in under 1 minute 5 seconds. So it's a case of, can I do that? And if I do that, I'll be somewhere between second and third, I guess. Let's see how in terms of my team. Let's see how I get on. Now, I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. I've had a bit of a cold today, so I'm a bit sniffly. So I might need to disappear off yet again to blow my nose at certain points during this evening's stream. Okay, already 1.5 seconds up, 2 seconds up. I've got to be 8 seconds up to go up from E to D. 3 seconds up. 4 seconds up. 5 seconds up. 6 seconds up. 7 seconds up. Just missed the edge there. Would have been 8.5 seconds up. Right, so we're almost into D, and now I can go at least 4 seconds quicker. So a 105 for sure. So let's just get that time set and then we'll start pushing. Feel like I'm already pushing. Close. It's been a rough lap. There we go. So that's not necessarily the best lap, but that's the benchmark. A 104.970, so under 105 seconds. We've just got to be smoother, and I reckon I can go close to 104. Look at that, almost into Group C. As I thought I would do. So let's try again. I reckon I can go a second quicker if I'm smoother. Oh dear, I do apologise. Definitely under the weather today. There we go. Interesting, I've been rubbish the last 2 times at that corner. Oh dear. So not quicker there. Pushing too hard. Right, let's try again. Let's see if we can get this right in terms of smoothness. No need to push, just be smooth. Don't worry about being behind because we'll catch this guy up. Maybe. Now this is the key. I went off anyway. So Lee Melvin is in the chat on the YouTube side. Says my weekly time trial, Group A. He's put Dubai Autodrome. Have you got a completely different? That doesn't make any sense. Have you got a completely different time trial? Aaron C. John says hello. How are you, Tony? I am very well, sir. Hope you are too. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. And he's asked, did I fully upgrade the Speedtail? Yes, I did. But I'm still 4 and a bit seconds off the leaders. But that's me all over. Deary me, I might be struggling all night tonight. That wasn't pretty. That was better. Okay, now let's not mess this up. A little bit quicker, not by much, if any. Oh dear. At the end, I was caught. Oh, I see. So Lee's saying he got in Group A last week. Got you. Right. Right. Push in. While being smooth. Bit of a contradiction with this car. A little bit up. Can I keep it to the end though? That's the key. 3 seconds, 0.3 of a second up rather. Come on. There you go. Don't mess it up now. There we go. That is hopefully Group C. Aaron C. John puts in the chat, I think the Group A people slide to brake. Ooh. I'm not sure I like the idea of that. But let's take a look and see if that is the case. There we go. Group C. So we'll go round and we'll do a check on what other people are doing. There you go. Moves me up into my own team to third, not far behind second. So let's have a look. Let's choose one of the F1 GX guys. They're normally quite reliable. Let's see what this guy does. Oh. Ew. Let's try that again. Doesn't really look like he's sliding there at the moment. Oof. That is some good driving. Oh my word, okay. A little bit of a slide there. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Right. We've only got one more go. Let's see what we can do. Well, I've got into Group C, so from my perspective, target achieved. Anything else now would be a bonus. Oh, speaking of sliding. You know what? Let's quit that. Let's try again. Should still give us one more go. Just. Let's try this time. Okay. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad. And I think I'm a bit late into this. There we go, look at that. 0.6 seconds up. A 103. That's not bad at all. KR Reed Tamilan enters the chat on the YouTube side. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying a little bit more than hello in the chat. Says, nice, bro. Keep it up. I am very happy with that. That's not bad. That puts me cleanly into C. That is the end of the car for today, though. But yeah, that was for me. That was a stonking lap, and there were a couple of hours in there as well. So, and I'm a second away from getting into Group B. So that will be a hard push. Quite happy with that. Quite happy with that indeed. Where does that put me? Into second place. How about that? Now, in fairness to third place, they haven't got the McLaren fully upgraded. So, possibility they may be just waiting for those upgrades to count down to 0. And then they will probably catch me up and maybe even push me out of second. This is obviously in my team, but that's not bad. I'm quite happy with that. And I've got the best part of a week to see if I can improve by 1 second to try and get into Group B, which I think I've only ever got into Group B if either once or twice. But I've got to go some I think, to get into Group B. So that's not bad overall there. All right, off screen again. I may go through some tissues. Never mind. Right, okay. Now, so that's the time trial. Obviously, I haven't got a reward to collect because I did do the time trial yesterday. But I think I've pretty much guaranteed C. It's how close I can get to B over the coming days. Okay, next on the list is the online multiplayer tournament. Now let's just have a quick look and see where all the cars are. So we've got 57, 48, 38. Now again, what I'm going to do, I'm to some degree wasting a bit of money here because the discounts are only 35%, but I've got a little bit of a hunch. I think I understand what they're doing. I think I might be wrong. I wonder if the days of 50% are indeed over, or indeed if you get them, you only get them in special events. So there's a possibility. I've not seen anything if they do any discounts for Easter. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But I've seen a couple of things in this new release which sort of give me a bit of hope, and therefore I don't mind the discounts only being 35%. One is things such as the 2 times R dollars or therefore the 2 times gold. I've never seen that before on the claim now side. So that's a potential earn of 40 gold a day. Now I suspect this might only last one day or a couple of days. But so little things like that where you get additional gold help out. In addition, I think the idea that if you complete Electric Dream, and apparently you can win that car with not a great deal of upgrades applied in terms of cost of gold, and that then gives you a 40% discount on the other Automobilia pinning in Farini car. Sorry, Farina car. So those couple of things make me think they're applying a slightly different strategy in terms of playing this game. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. And it has meant, if in case you haven't seen, I will be doing the Electric Dream um, event a lot earlier than what I'd originally planned. So I think I will be doing that Wednesday of next week. So as a result, I am going to be taking a bit of a risk, but I thought, why not? Let's do it. I'm going to be upgrading the car. Now, I think in total, I haven't got my notes in front of me now, but I think it was about 200 odd gold in total. And then obviously I'm getting about 80 gold back in terms of rewards. So, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's spend that gold. Boom. There we go. Continue. Don't worry about the... Now, what I do need to do is if I go into the online multiplayer game, I'm now going to change the car. There we go. And let's do the rims. So there we go. So that is my new livery for when I've got a car fully upgraded. I do think it's a lot nicer than the Candy. Epic Fraggers says, "Hi bro, what's your ID?" The Fifth Guardian. That's the ID. And Lee's also put in the chat that the other car, which is the Nino Farini, also has an exclusive series reward of 120 gold. Indeed. So potentially doing all the upgrades with a 40% discount does give you the potential of earning quite a bit of gold. Now, you won't get it all back, but I like what they've done there. So I'm sort of like, okay, we'll go with that. Let's see how how that gets on. Right, so let's do our first online multiplayer tournament, and straight away we're matched with racers. An 8-player race, always good. It's a 3-lap special. I suspect most of the other racers will not have fully upgraded cars, or if they do, it's of one of the other 2 cars that's a bit slower. So hopefully the first race for me will be relatively straightforward. But it is a 3-lap special, so I'm not going to be able to do a great deal of races with 3 laps. Now somebody has already had an issue fit and left, which is a bit silly. Oh, okay, so I'm still in the lead, but I'm not a great deal ahead of second. I don't know who's behind second. In fact, to be fair, it's just first and second out in front by the looks of it, looking at the map. So I just need to hold off, not do anything too crazy. Oh, see, unlike what they did there, and then fell back. So, fingers crossed, I've got my first victory in this week's online multiplayer tournament sorted. This car's not the best though, but, you know, so be it. Here we go, that is a first, and I think it was first by quite a bit, so it should be alright. Summer Freya Pandy asks, what's your Monaco time? I have no idea. I find finding Monaco itself the hardest thing to do, because there aren't too many seasons, F1 seasons, that actually had Monaco available as a track. Still waiting for opponents. I'm confident though that I've won. There we go. Let's have a look. There we go. First, very good. I'll take that. 105 rating points, up to 605. I still think I'm on 4 gold overall, because I'm pretty sure it's 618 before you go up to 5. Indeed it is. There we go. So we're going to move on now to the Red Bull Ring Grand Prix circuit. What's my servicing like? Oof. That took quite a bit out. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold off Am I going to hold off? I'm going to hold off doing that. What I'm going to do is, as I've selected the car, I'm going to go into a road collection. I'm going to go to season 1, and this particular car, there we go, is in Rapid Rivals, and it has the opportunity of taking this series for me to 100%. But I do need to hire an engineer so that I can have another go in the online multiplayer racing. So I'm just going to turn the volume down to 0 and press the blue button to play an advert and hire an engineer. And I've fallen lucky. It's 5-second advert. I do like it when that happens. There we go. Engineer hired. Volume back up. Hopefully. Yeah, 4 laps around Mount Panorama. Let's give it a go. For a car with a low PR, this car isn't particularly grippy, I'm finding. And the one thing you've got to remember, having just played an online multiplayer tournament, the cars don't disappear. You've got to go round them. Up into third, already had a little bit of paint damage applied there. So again, this is my second piece of gold for this evening. And it'd be for taking this particular series to 100%. And the good news is I won't have any more expense for this week. So I should be able to claim quite a bit of gold back over the next few live streams. Whoops-a-daisy. Use the car in front as brakes. I was able not to slam off the circuit that time. In first. 3 laps to go, including this one. 100 yards ahead of second. Nice low-in brakes there. Don't know why I've not used them. The brakes on this car aren't particularly brilliant. What's it like inside? Well, I've already smashed the windscreen. go. 2 laps down. 2 more laps to go. 200 yards ahead of second. Probably need to pause because I feel my nose running again. Well, let's just pause that there. Let's just disappear while we blow our nose again. Okay, and we're back. So 2 laps to go. Oh dear, I've turned the audio down a bit too low. Hold on a second. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Right, carry on racing. Oof. Right, there we go. That's final lap. First by 400 yards. Let's bring home that gold. So Daisy, a little bit of a slide there. Just waking you all up. Home stretch. There we go. $23 gold. Takes us back up above 1,300. Another series completed. Season 1, though, is still at 97%. and the road collection is still at 77%. But if we go back now to the online multiplayer tournament, it's still the Red Bull Ring Grand Prix circuit. It's actually 2 laps. That's quite long. So I reckon I'll just get one more race. Let's see how we get on. Will we get paired quickly is the question. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let's see how we get on. And somebody's left already. Good grief. It's like, really? He's going to go flying off. Knew he would. Bet he goes flying off down here as well. Alright, indeed I went flying off. Hey. Well, that's not good, is it? Oh yeah. This car is very hard to handle. Okay, so let's see if I can improve on 4th. Three people have now left the race. So I believe it was this corner that I messed up on the last lap. Let's see if we can improve. The answer is yes, we can. And we've got 3rd at this moment in time. No, don't skid. So I think I had an outside chance of winning that, but unfortunately that mistake did cost me quite dearly. I think that is a comfortable 3rd. Hopefully we'll find out pretty quickly, but the car will need servicing. Third. $56 points. $661. Oh, apparently I've got another go. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Up to 5 points. And now it's the Porsche test track. Tempted to wait for the Lime Rock track. I think I would prefer that. I think. Do you know what? Let's do it. Let's just do one race and get it into servicing straight away. Full 8 races. The problem I have with this track is that you know I can't. There's a little weird bit towards the end that I just can't get right, and everybody seems to fly by me at that point. But you know, we'll give it a go. Can't improve if we don't try. Okay, this looks to be a pretty close race at this moment in time. Okay. To be fair, I would have taken third, but at the moment I'm in second, so I'll definitely take that. There we go. So Aaron C. John says, I think the A45 handles better. Well, it looked that way, didn't it? But there we go. I got second. I'll have got some more points. Car will probably now need servicing. I got 73 points there. So I reckon I might be even up to 7 gold. Which on day one, or just short of 7, 6 gold. On day one though, that's still pretty good. Day one for me, that is. Yeah, so that's good. That'll be back tomorrow. 6 gold is okay. The car will definitely be back tomorrow. Whether I decide to do multiplayer or I'll focus on the exclusive series, we'll have to wait and see. So there we go. So already a little bit of gold already stashed away on the multiplayer tournament and the time trial. Okay, so into the road collection. Across to season 4. Now we had a bit of a mess up yesterday because we didn't check if our cars were top of being serviced, so it was a bit of a mess up. So again, what I'm going to do, I'll actually start with the Furiosa Fever. So the Porsche 911 Turbo S is the only car that I have available in this series. Let's do Cup first. It's only 2 laps. See how we get on. Okay, there we go. Into first before the end of the first lap. In fairness though, these are the earlier cups, so they're always going to be easier because the competitors are, I would imagine, are based around the minimum PR, of which this car is well above that. Okay, so that is first. Did put a dent in the car. I'm gonna do the endurance because I have no choice. But I'm gonna then, if the car is in terms of durability run down, I'm gonna carry on using it just to see if it can go just as well when it needs servicing. Sometimes that's the case in some of these early tiers. Well, there we go. That's a mile on the scoreboard into 7th. Into 6. Miles on the scoreboard. And into 5th. Three miles on the scoreboard. These are short laps. Oh. How about 3rd? 2nd. There we go, 1st. Oh dear. 5 miles on the scoreboard. Might as well just carry on and run the car down. I'm not going to service it straight away though. We'll give it a go at some of the other races just to see how it gets on, even if it's got negative durability and technically speaking should be serviced. Three. Okay, 7 miles on the scoreboard. Still going strong. And we're off. 8 miles. I reckon we'll get to at least 9 miles. reckon we will easily get to 10 miles. There we go, 10 miles. No cars in the distance, so this might be about it. There we go. 11.5 miles. Right, okay, so obviously the car will need servicing. Let's see how we get on with a car with negative durability on tier 2. I'm going to start off with a speed snap. This will be interesting. 142 miles. Well, I can get to 142 miles, so the question is, can I do it though as I go around this corner? It wasn't far off. Fourth. Almost 140. Well, it's got to be worth doing again, that. Let's do it again. $141 that time. Still fourth. Oh dear. Right, okay. We'll leave that one. Obviously would have won that easily if I had a car with durability. Let's have a go at the elimination. That we're in first with a negative durability car. Can we stay there? The problem is going to be the straight, the long straight. So I would imagine I've got to build up quite a bit of lead just to make sure I'm not caught on the straight. Still in first. That amazingly, I'm still in first, so I reckon the elimination event will be a first place. We go, first place. Even if I brake now, he can't catch me. Okay, next on the list. We'll do the cup around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. It's 2 laps only. This will be interesting. Looks like it's only 16 cars. Here we go. I reckon I can win the cup. There we go, into second. Comedy Planet has asked, on what device are you playing? It is an iOS device. It's an iPad. I believe it's an iPad Air. Well, that you see, into first before the end of lap 1. Into the long straight, possibility of getting caught on this. So Aaron C. John says, Turbo S is one of my favourite cars. Well, I can see why. It's quite nippy and it's got good grip. Now, I always say that if you want to tell if a car's got any form of grip, put it on this course. And in this straight here where you've got that very slow corner coming up, don't apply the brakes. Don't take your foot off the accelerator. And if it can fly around this smooth corner here or turn without skidding, you know it's got some downforce. There we go. That is another first. So I've just got to do a little bit better in the speed snap to open up tier 3. Oh, he says, well, not about the game, but the car. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Aaron C. John says he doesn't own the car in the game. That suggests he owns the car in person. Good for you. Right. Let's try this speed snap again. Just got to go a little bit quicker. And I didn't. But you got fourth. Yeah, fourth again. So I might be stuck here. Well, we'll give it a couple more goes just in case the times do drop. Yeah, I'm nowhere near those times. That's a shame. Oh no, Aaron C. John says, no, I don't own it. I just like the car. Fair enough. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was 142. I doubt I've got first though. Third. Well, that opens up the next tier. So with a car that's technically speaking needs servicing, I've managed to move from tier 2 to tier 3. So let's carry on. Let's do the head-to-head first. I'm just going to take this as far as I can. You know what, being slow off the start worked to my advantage there. It meant I could easily get into the inside. So I'm in the lead by almost 200 yards. So I do think I think there'll be two types of races I'll struggle on with this car now in a depleted state. Obviously speed snap, which we've already seen. I do think the other one would be a drag race. That we've brought it home in first in the head-to-head. So again on the YouTube side, Aaron C. John says taxers. Well, he's just taxes for cars in India is insane. Prices are doubled or even 3 times of other countries. All right, a Turbo S would cost nearly $500,000 in India. Ouch. Um, Mika Chizuru, welcome back. Says your car is underpowered. Well, it's not so much it's underpowered, but it does need servicing. It has negative durability. And I'm doing that on purpose because I do find that with some of these cars that have a higher PR, even when they're, as you can see there, their durability is negative, and technically speaking, the car needs to be serviced. They're still good enough to win the races in some of the earlier tiers. So I'm going to attempt to take this series to 25%, even though the car needs servicing. Not sure if I'm going to be successful. Let's just see how far we get. Gonna be a long stream. Now, the thing about this particular challenge is the longest, which circuit, I'm assuming it's the Grand Prix circuit. Yeah. The longest part of the track is the long straight. So I'm just going to go flying off the edge and just score my best top speed. Oh dear. Obviously what we're seeing there is the car struggling for grip. So I am pushing the car to its limits, but you know, why not? Got to maximise the car's capability. Here we go. Let's see where we end up. Definitely not going to do it. No. No. Okay. So there we go. That will be then the end of racing for this car. Shame. Worth giving it a go. Sid joins the chat on the YouTube side. Says, hello, bro. How are you? Well, you know what? I've not seen you for a while. Welcome back. Good to hear from you again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. But this is the end of this car for today. That's a shame. Oh, there you go. Look how that just went flying off track there. El Beachios has added to sort of back up what Aaron was saying, import tax on cars of 300% or more in India. Well, there's a lot of that going around at the moment. Yeesh. Right, we'll have to service the car. So that will bring that particular series to a close for today. Only at 11%. Right, shall we do the Electrifying Hypercars? Shall we do the pure performance? I'm thinking we do the pure performance. Let's, what have we got here? Right, which is the better car? Well, obviously the Vulcan, right, okay. I mean, to be fair, they're both pretty good. So, let's do the Vulcan. In fact, let me think about this. Let's do the speed record. 243 versus 231. Well, we've got to do the Vulcan. We've got to do the Vulcan. Let's see if we can get to 50% with these two cars. I do have some free crew members to hire. Oh, here we go, look at this. Third, second, first. Oh yes. Now this car I like. The Aston Martin Vulcan, I think I got that right, AMR Pro. Oh, look at that. Aaron C. John says, bye Tony, I need to sleep. It's 12 a.m. here. No problem at all. Goodbye, Aaron. Thank you very much for watching and saying hello and commenting in the chat. Very much appreciated. Get a good night's sleep. Okay, so still plenty of durability left on that car. Into tier 7. I'm going to do the head-to-head first, but I'm going to use the Porsche. Excuse me. Okay, we're in first place, although we have just gone off track there. Car almost skidded, but it was good enough to hold it. And that's another first. I think it's going to take some to get to 50% though, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, next, Hunter, Circuit of the Americas, Grand Prix circuit. I think I just need to choose the fastest car, which has got to be the Aston Martin Vulcan AMR Pro. So let's give this a go. Go, go, go. Okay, so I was 1,800 yards behind. I was 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 300 yards, 200 yards. There he is, there we are, overtaken the hunted. That's third. Second. First. First. JD in the chat says, yo. Hello back, JD. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting a yo in the chat. Okay, that's another first, hopefully. Oh, what have I done? Have I done? No, everything's good. Okay, right. I'm not going to do the cup just yet. It's 3 laps as well. I'm going to go straight onto the quick races that are available. Do the speed snap first, I think. I'm going to use the Aston Martin again. 160 miles per hour. The Red Bull ring again. Oh dear, it's the same speed snap from earlier. There we go. There we go, first. That the Aston Martin showcase has now opened up. So I think what we'll do is that we'll skip straight to the showcase because I saw an autocross there. And even though it's Mount Panorama, so it'll be longer than most autocrossers, it's still a pretty short race. So JD goes, what's up? You also play Racing Master? Well, at this moment in time, I'm only playing this game because it does take up quite a lot of time with all the new cars and the updates and the series and the events. And like tonight, I'm only doing the series and we're almost, well, we're over an hour and a half of racing. That's how time can fly with this game. Almost lost it there. There we go. 45 seconds, 4 seconds quicker than the nearest opponent. Well on the way now, I think, to 50%. Now, I believe that will open up the next tier as well. There we go. Excuse me. So 35%. Let's just go back and see what we've got left. I'm going to do on tier 8 the elimination, but I'm going to use the Porsche. I'm going to take the Porsche to negative durability. So I'll do this and then a cup, and then the Porsche also has a time trial to do. Oh dear. I knocked off the new car. Okay, so there we go. So I am in the lead. Oh, 6 cars left in the race. 100 yards ahead of second. Yeah, this car definitely isn't quite as grippy as the Aston Martin. Always a problem when you jump from car to car. Nevertheless, it's still good enough to win. Oh, oh dear, all over the place. And to that being said, I am 500 yards ahead of second, and that's the win. JD puts in the chat, got it in regards to what you play. I have been playing Racing Master these past couple of months. I haven't touched real racing for a decade at this point. All right, okay. Well, thank you for coming in and watching. You never know, maybe you'll pick it back up because there's plenty of racing to be had in Real Racing 3, and it does get an update at this moment in time every 6 weeks with new cars and new events and series. Got to blow my nose again. Back in a moment. I am struggling a bit today, but we'll carry on. We'll persevere. It's just a bit of a cold. So 37%. The Porsche is still has a degree of durability. So I think next I'm going to do the Monza road course circuit. It's 3 laps. The Porsche, I reckon, will be just about good enough to win this. And you never know, we might do a bit of sneakiness with the going off track to make sure that we win. we go. Whee! Oh, look at that. We got first already. My priority here is to finish each racing first so I can get to 50% and get another gold reward. I'm going to take another shortcut because I can. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do as I'm in the lead. I won't do it on this lap, but I want to have a look. Well, it depends how far ahead I get. I saw a guy the other day doing a right sneaky little shortcut. So I'm going to try that out as I'm so far ahead. 500 yards ahead. And it wasn't that, by the way. That was just me braking so late I had to go off track. Okay, so here we go. Well, I saw him go, instead of right, he went down here. Can you fit a car down there? No? Yeah, just about. Okay, that's interesting. Didn't quite get it right. That's really interesting. Now the problem is now I've let second catch up on me, so I'm not sure whether I should do it again this time round. JD in the chat on the YouTube side also puts, I tried to play Real Racing 2 back in the day. Blimey, you are talking back in the day. That's got to be like well, 12 years ago, or maybe even 15 years ago. I can't remember when it came out. A long time ago, that's for sure. I didn't know how to get it working. Must have been compatibility issues. Right, do you know what? I'm going to do it. Let's see if we can. Oh, I've done it again. No. Messed that up again. Yes, I'm not sure that's necessarily an advantage. Maybe it depends on the thickness of your car. We're on the final lap. We're 400 yards ahead of second. I probably need to brake roundabout now just to stay on track. There we go. Might help if I did that. Now this car will need servicing after this, but what I'm going to do is run it around its time trial. Here we go. JD puts in regards to that little cheeky turn or cheat. The diva must have put it there to bait the player into squeezing through it. Yeah. Well, it does fit, but I think it might depend on the size of your car. There we go. First. As I said, the car does need servicing, but I'm not going to serve it just yet because I can use this car in its time trial. And there we go, on tier 5. Time trial around the South Circuit at Lime Rock Park. I'm currently sitting at 39%. So this will take this over 40%. And I reckon I will get to 50% and therefore some additional gold. Make sure not to go off track. Oh dear. Let's try that again. So I said don't go off track, and I did. And not only did I go off track, I hit a barrier, which is a complete and utter cancellation of your time trial lap. So let's try that again. I'm not worried about setting a fast time trial. I just need to get round cleanly so that it gets marked as completed and helps me get closer to the next reward, which is 50%. Let's slow down just a bit earlier this time so I can negotiate this little chicane. There we go. There we go. That is time trial completed. Pixel Hawk in the chat. Welcome back. Says, hey Tony. Hey Pixel Hawk. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Thanks for coming back. Very much appreciated. Right, I'm going to service the Porsche. It's done for today. I need to go off screen again. I've got a runny nose. However, 41% gets 50 and I get 14 gold. So let's have a look at what we've got left. Okay, well, we've got to do the speed snap with the Aston Martin. As I said, I think there's a real opportunity to get to 50%. And then we'll service the car again. We can try and do as many short races as possible. That should help. But I do have some crew members available if I need to hire them. There we go, 141 miles per hour. Puts me in first place. So JD asks, a good question this, and I'm going to give you a bit of a cop-out answer, I'm afraid, so apologies. JD says, in your dream garage, what cars would you like to have? My dream garage would literally be the road collection in this game. That would be perfect. Thank you very much. I don't need to work ever again. I can just open up an exhibition where people can go around and have a look in the cars, and I'll only charge a very small fee for them to do that. Great question, though. That would be some garage, though, wouldn't it, eh? Poof. And just in case you're wondering, if we come out of here and we have a look, so if I go into the garage, specifically the road garage, as you can see there, obviously this is a new release, so I haven't won any of the new cars yet. So assuming I win the new cars, of which there are 4, so that's 290. In addition, I've got the opportunity to win one of the older cars in this release. that would mean 291 cars out of the 294 cars available in the road collection. I'd love all of those in my garage. Even the Speedtail. I'd even have a little dark corner with no lighting so I can hide it away. I'd even have the Speedtail in my collection. In case you haven't gathered, I'm not a big fan of the McLaren Speedtail. Right, okay. Good news. We've now got the road collection back up to 78%. In terms of where it was before this update, it was at 79%. So there's still quite a lot to go, but small steps up to 78%. The pure performance is up to 43%. As I say, I want to try and get that to 50% today. I've got the speed record, the hunter, and elimination. I think between those three, that's going to put us at about 49%. So I guess it's all to do with what durability we have on the car. Not a massive amount. Not a massive amount. So it's going to be close. So JD has put, for me, it would be the McLaren F1, the Lamborghini Reventon, Ferrari LaFerrari, and the Aston Martin DB9. I was just being greedy. I was just being greedy. I'd still say all of the cars in Real Racing 3. And you know, every 6 weeks, miraculously, a new car would turn up. Ooh, they look good. Awesome. Right, speed record Melbourne using the Aston Martin Vulcan AMR Pro got to beat 157 miles per hour. Now, on this one, I do think the fastest part of the track is just after you start. So I'm going to actually start a little bit further back. And that's all we need to do. Just do it from there. Let's turn it around. There we go. Try not to hit the barriers. And there we go. Just hit the barriers. There we go. First achieved. We've got to get round relatively cleanly to complete this particular race. Here we go. El Bicho laughs at our comments. Fair enough. Right, so that's put me up a little bit. So that's, I guess, 45%. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking from now on in, I probably just need to hire an engineer. So I'm going to start moving left to right until I get to 50% and just look at completing the cups now, I think, with this car. 80.1 minimum PR. It's 5 laps around Circuit de Catalunya. Is it the Grand Prix circuit? No, it's just the national circuit. So, auto engineer, I can click on the blue button, play an ad, and hopefully hire an engineer very quickly. I'll turn the volume down. Hopefully, it's a 5-second ad. Look at that. 5 seconds. Engineer earned. There we go. Let's race. JD in the chat says, my love for cars started back when I played Need for Speed 2. That's where I first saw McLaren F1 and started loving it since then. Very good. Pixelhawk has put, it's one of my favourite cars as well. A brilliant piece of engineering. Well, do you know what? It's a McLaren. Now, I don't know what went wrong with the McLaren Speedtail. That's all I'm going to say. But yes, generally speaking, McLaren cars are absolutely amazing. Just not the Speedtail. Right, okay, so I'm already into ninth place. I reckon I'm going to win this relatively straightforward. Let's see what we can do. So end of lap 1, into third, 4 laps to go, only 2 cars to overtake. That's the sort of odds I like, and I have decided to brake very late, so I'll be going off track. Never mind. I didn't do that on purpose. That was an error on my part. I've got an itchy nose now. There we go, into second properly this time. Okay. Right on the tail of first. Just hang back. I've got 3 laps to overtake him. I'll get him on the straight maybe. There we go. There we go. Into first. Oh dear, I forgot to brake again. LB Cho asks, who is your favourite driver in F1? I don't really have a favourite. Yeah, I don't really have a favourite. I don't mind most of them. I did used to like Lewis Hamilton, not so much these days. I enjoy Max Verstappen's racecraft. Without doubt, I think he's probably the best driver in F1 at the moment in terms of his racecraft. Seems to be able to get so much more out of the car than anyone else, and he seems to be strides ahead of his teammate, so to speak. I'd like to see Lando Norris do well this year. Again, he's another driver that's come on leaps and bounds. I've also got a bit of a soft spot, I guess, for Carlos Sainz. I think he's a better driver than what how he's been treated. However, he's having a terrible year up to this point at Williams. So I hope he has, in terms of what's into the next few races, I hope his luck improves. That answers your question. Shadia enters the chat on the YouTube side and says hello there. Hello back. Good to see you again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Very much appreciated. So here we go. We're on to the final lap. I'm in first by 300 yards. we go. Shaja says, I'm cheering for Piastri and Antonelli. Well, that's fair enough. JD says, when do you think they are going to release Real Racing 4? Um, I don't. The honest answer is I don't know because Real Racing 3 is a very different beast from what was Real Racing 2. So my understanding of Real Racing 2 is you had to purchase it and then you didn't really get updates in it. Whereas Real Racing 3, A, you don't have to purchase, and B, every 6 to 8 weeks, they provide an update that has new cars and new series in it. So, I mean, technically speaking, it could go on endlessly. I think the key is going to be keeping the graphics updated. Um, Now, again, what they've done recently, they've been making some subtle changes to Real Racing 3 in the background. So I'd say now the user interface is now incredibly smooth, and indeed the racing. So long as they keep on top of that and they slowly but surely maybe make changes, obviously they can't. They're limited in terms of what they can do. I reckon we're not going to see a Real Racing 4 anytime soon. That's just my opinion. 47%. Do you know what? I don't think I need to earn, or rather hire, another engineer because I think I can do the Circuit of the Americas and win it. And then if the car needs servicing, I can do the time trial. 47%. Let's get on and do it. So, Tier 9, Circuit of Americas, 3 laps. Let's go. So, Shay just asks, how is Russell so good all of a sudden? Well, I don't think it is all of a sudden, and I do. Oh, look, I've got completely stuck there. I do think it's quite interesting because I remember when Russell, Norris, and Albon all came into the F1 all at the same time and then raced through all the other series together. And it appeared like they were very good friends. So I just think there's there's a friendship there, but also there's quite a rivalry there as well. And obviously, as you do mature, if you are racing, you gain that experience, you naturally improve. And I think that's all you're seeing with Russell. I think it's all like you're seeing with Lando. And I think also with Alex Albon. He definitely seems to be punching above his weight in that Williams. So I think it's all three of them. And I don't think it's something that's happened overnight. I think it's been a gradual improvement. But again, that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. So Shager says, I always thought Russell was going to be a number 2 driver to someone. Yeah, I didn't think like that. I could see his potential, and he just seems to be now realising that potential. I mean, I do think the F1 this year will be very interesting, because it looks to me as if overall the McLaren is the better car, which obviously gives Norris and Piastri a little bit of an advantage. However, I do think Verstappen currently has the best racecraft. I also think the Mercedes isn't that far behind, and you know, Russell is showing that by quite often splitting the McLarens, so that'll be interesting. And then you know, I mean, I don't know what Ferrari are doing. They need to sort themselves out. If I would have, you know, in terms of Hamilton joining Ferrari, it did seem to make sense, and you thought Hamilton might potentially contend for the title again this year, but it hasn't worked out as such so far. But I mean, ultimately it means there's potentially 4 constructors in the race, and therefore potentially 8 drivers in the race for winning the championship this year. I think in reality it's only going to be 7 at best. It should be a very good and exciting year, I think, for Formula 1. Right, so I've been a bit messy because I've been yapping and looking and not really focusing on my driving, and yet I'm in first by 1,500 yards. There we go. Okay, so we've also got a free engineer. That came just a little bit too late, but at least for this car. Don't service the car. And the reason being is I don't think I've quite hit 50%. There we go, 49%. So we've opened up tier 12 and tier 13, and both cars have a higher PR than the Cup in tier 13. So still plenty of racing to do in this series. Without needing the car that's the best in this series. So I'm just having to do the Aston Martin time trial around the Grand Prix circuit of Americas. Now, I don't need to set a fast lap. I need to set clean lap. And that will earn me 50% and therefore 14 gold. So my driving around this track with this car needing servicing is going to be a little bit cautious. So Pixel Hawk made some interesting observations to do with the Real Racing 4 chat. They've put focus, Tony, don't go off track. They didn't put that. They put, I thought they cancelled Real Racing 4 last year. They had some sort of a demo version for a few countries, and that was it. Interesting. I definitely wasn't aware of Real Racing 4 being available in any countries, not even as a demo. So that's very interesting. Now, we've been 2 hours into this stream so far, and we've just got ourselves another reward. 14 gold only. Takes the tally to 1,322. Right, we'll keep going just for a little bit longer. So in Electrifying Hypercars, we've got the Lotus Evija. Excuse me. Speed record. Now, I think I was thinking another car to do with the Evija, unfortunately. It definitely was a Lotus, but it wasn't the Evija I was thinking of. In terms of thinking it was very grippy, but a bit slow. This car is very fast. Possibly not so grippy, but it's not rubbish. Here we go. Again, the thing about electric cars is they always do seem to have incredible acceleration. Look at that, it's flat out at 235. Can't go any quicker. Let's do that again. Look how quickly it accelerates. All the way up to 235 and then just stops. I don't think I've ever seen that in a car before. There we go, first. So El Bicho asks, what other games do I play? Well, at this moment in time, not many. I literally working, doing these live streams, riding roller coasters. That's what. Oh, sleeping. That's it. That's my day gone. Not a lot of time left after that. Now I don't know if you can see in the background. Let me just see. I think it's sort of just a little bit lower. Just below the speaker, there is a Steam console. So in terms of what else I play, it would normally be Steam games. Normally on my PC, but obviously I do have a console. And I like to play puzzle solving games. So things like Portal 2, platform games. I want to call it the Trine series. I've got those. They're good fun. They're the sort of games I play if I wasn't playing this racing game. But I did think about streaming them, but I've just not had, just don't have the time. Just don't have the time. Okay, there we go. So that's Tier 1 completed. On to Tier 2. Autocross we'll do first. So at the Grand Prix circuit at Suzuka. Pixel Hawk asks, have I completed the Pininfarina Battista event? No, my intention, I think, is to do that next Wednesday, which I think is the 16th. So the 16th of April is when I plan to have a go at that event. Oh dear, messed up. What are we on? 22 seconds. I've got to do it in 42. Well, not really a problem then, is it? Ten seconds quicker. So JD asks, what makes you like Real Racing 3? What is it about Real Racing 3 that makes you put time into this game? I think because I'm not normally into mobile games. And this game you can just pick it up and then put it back down again. Um, so it's quite easy to pick up and play, and it doesn't matter whether or not you are a novice or an expert. There's always something in for everyone to get something out of. The reason why I'm trying to think why I started streaming really. This game. I think because I've been playing it a long time, I thought it would be the easiest game to stream that I would be half decent at. And then obviously once I started streaming, I realized I wasn't that good at it. Um, but I'm not bad now. I'm not bad. I have improved significantly since streaming. I need to just disappear off screen a second. I'll give you a bit more info when I come back. Yeah, so it's the fact that you can pick it up and you play it, and there's lots of things you can do in it, and they're always updating it. Yeah, so it's good that you've got that level of commitment from the developer. So I don't mind playing the game. So there's always something new to do in it. There's always a new release between 6 to 8 weeks. There was a lull just before Christmas. We were having an 8 week cycle with not many new cars in it. But the last three releases have all been 6 weeks with at least 4 cars brand new into the game, which I think is pretty good. Yeah, so I just get on with it. When I used to travel into work, I would be getting the train. I could play this on the train, put it away, and then play it on the way back home. So it was quite an easy game to get into. That's probably why. Hope that answers your question. Right, I probably need to hire the engineer if I'm doing this endurance, because otherwise the car will just need servicing. But again, what I might do with this car is, even when the car has negative durability, I might see how far along I can get. I did say it would be a long stream tonight. Oh dear. I find it funny that this car can go all the way up very quickly to 235 miles per hour and then just can't go any further. I don't think I've ever actually seen that before in the game. How many cars? Good grief, look at 3 more cars ahead. Here we go, 3 miles. I really don't think I need to overtake any more cars, because I'm pretty sure even if the time ticked down to 55 seconds, that would still mean more than 80 seconds on the clock once I cross the finish line. That being said, I'm almost at 55 seconds, so maybe I do need to overtake this car. There we go, let's do that. There we go, up still. Look at the clock to 90. So we're in third, so I've already won, I've already got first. Try not to fly off this time at that bit, there we go. 5 miles on the clock. First 75 seconds left on the clock. Oh, hello. I think I might have just messed up there. There we go. Just to add as well, to do with Real Racing 3, one of the other things I really like about the game is how all the cars feel and drive differently. I'm sure other games have captured that, but in terms of where you need to brake, how the handling of the car is, I do love how all the cars feel different. So each car has a different set of challenges. Daisy off the track. 11 miles on the scoreboard though. Still got 20 seconds left. Might not get to the end of this lap. Didn't actually overtake that car. But I will get to 12 miles. Come on. That's it. There we go. Right, I'm going to have to go across, I reckon. Okay, I'm seeing some cars ahead as well here, so 3 cars ahead, so should keep me going for quite a bit. There's the second car, and here comes the third car just ahead. See if I can brake a bit earlier this time. And there's 2 cars ahead of that, my word. Wow, there's quite a few cars coming up. That would surprise me. Ooh, look at that. It's the X version. Right, have we got any more cars to overtake before the end? Because I don't think I'm going to get to the end of this lap. Got to do it. There we go. We've got round again. Got to do it again. There's another car. They are definitely drying up now. Oh, careful. JD says this Lotus has some serious power behind its wheels. Indeed, it does. Gets a little bit aggressive though to drive once it's really in the 200 miles per hour. But for some reason, I keep getting cars to overtake. Probably messed this up though now, so I'm probably not going to get these two. It's a bit of a shame. Which is a proper shame because there's 3 of them there. Oh, look at that. Almost 20 miles. Let's see if we can get to 20 miles. Go on. Well, almost 20 miles. That's not too bad. All right. So that's the endurance completed. So next, oh no, Laguna Seca, 2 laps only. Not the best track, I think, for this car, but we'll give it a go. Only 16 cars to overtake. Sorry, 15 cars to overtake. Take it back. We're going to win this pretty easily. So I think I might make this the last series and the last car once it needs servicing, because we've been going for about 2.5 hours. So I think that's long enough. And then we'll be back tomorrow for some more racing. So Pixel Hawk says, gotta go now. See you next time, Tony. Indeed you will. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. Hope to see you tomorrow. See you later. This car is like this. Imagine what the X will be like. go. All right. Well, we've still got a bit of durability left, so let's crack on. I'm tempted to do the cup. Yeah, let's get it done. So this will put the car into negative durability, but that'll be fine. Three laps. Definitely go around the outside this time. 22 competitors, including my car. Look at that, we're already into second. Okay, that is one lap down in first place. 600 yards ahead of second. That's just crazy. If there's a weakness on this car, it's too fast. So you've got to brake really, really early. Just look at that. Just madness. Got that completely wrong. Final lap. Brake early. Just about. Still wasn't early enough. Look at that. In 3 laps, we've caught back markers. I do reckon I probably could go further with this car in negative durability, but I think I'm done for today in terms of racing. We've been going for 2.5 hours, and I do think that's long enough. So I think with this being a victory and the car needing servicing, we'll call time there. There we go. JD says, I gotta go too. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. You too. Hope to see you again soon. Right, okay. So, service the car. No more gold for today. But the gold tally isn't too bad. It's 1,322. There we go. That'll be the end of racing for today. I'm not going to do the Type R Showdown today. We'll maybe have a look at that tomorrow. Woo! So season 4 already back up to 74%. And if I go into the road collection now as well, exclusive series does indeed have a new series open. Time trial in Group C, online multiplayer tournament. I've got 6 gold, not that far away from getting 7. All right, there we go. Okay, so let me just take the game off screen, mute its audio. Try not to cough into the mouth, into the mic. Right, okay, there we go. So, not a bad session. Have spent some more gold. I've got both the cars this week fully upgraded. I wasn't particularly happy with the discount at 35%, but I think I've got a bit of leeway to spend a bit of gold, and hopefully, excuse me one moment, hopefully take the completion percentage just that little bit higher. So at the end of the last release, it was at 79%. Ideally, I want to get to at least 80% in this release, possibly even 81%. But we'll see how we get on. This is only day 2 since the release, so we've got plenty of time to start making our way to that higher percentage completion. Okay, so if you have liked the video, if you wouldn't mind giving it a like or a thumbs up, if you'd like to see more of this content, then please look to subscribe to the channel The Fifth Guardian on YouTube or follow the channel The Fifth Guardian on Rumble. There will be a stream tomorrow. It will be either at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. UK time. So just keep an eye out for that and hope to see you tomorrow. With that being said, I hope whatever is left of your day is a very good one. As I said, I hope to see you again in tomorrow's stream. Until then, thank you and goodbye.